Good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Fantastic week last week. And then we see. Okay, let's see what happens. I mean, you have a bullish trend. You have techs going lower because of the Biden news. And the Biden news is still not out. So here's something that's fascinating to me. And only people on Wall Street get this stupid. And people in the world are notoriously stupid. The U.S. says they're going to sue Google 10 times. And every time they say it, Google goes down. Biden comes out and says a year ago, we're going to put new rules in place for selling to China. He comes out 6 months ago. He comes out 3 months ago. He comes out 3 weeks ago. He comes out last week. He comes out again over the weekend. He hasn't done shit. And they take it down every single time. It's just freaking hilarious to me. It's amazing, okay? So that's coming. But I actually think that that's bullish this time because I think he's not going to do anything worse. And then we see. But you got to wait. You got to know it can happen. And if you know that can happen, then you're okay. Okay? Interesting. Okay? So let's see what happens there. So that's all the chips. Avago, the deal is supposed to be done or closed on the 31st. Today is the 16th. You got 15 days. So two things. Is he going to close the deal without China approval? I would close it without China approval. What are they going to do? China's going to sue you? But he has sales to China, so then that could be an issue for him. Or is he going to wait and they're never even going to respond? I mean, think about what's going on in the world. You have the U.S. agency, you have Europe, you have all the other agencies, everybody approves the deal. And one of the authorities, say there's 6, just making up stuff, says, I'm not even going to respond to you. I'm not even going to tell you when it's going to happen, if it's happened. I'm not even telling you if we're reviewing the deal. And you're going to sit back there and wait for them. Really? Amazing to me what's going on in the world. Now, if they give approval, the stock's at 920 to 950 within seconds. Maybe 980. If he just closes the deal, it's probably 920, 930. But within a week of him closing it, they're probably going to get sued. So does it go down? Does it go up? Don't know. Okay? But it's a trade. It's not a stock you just buy and hold because you just don't do that in this world. Okay? So then we see. If he pops it early, if NVIDIA is going down, he pops it to 870, then you got to be in the 900s for this week and next week, and you got to be in them. Because if it goes, they're going to go to 100. And if it doesn't, oh well, it doesn't. Okay? Interesting. Okay, that's Avago. NOC. Moving. It broke. Took all week to break this 847. Now it broke. It's got 506 and then 540. Jesus. Very nice. We sold the one layer at 8. We have this next layer at 500s. And then we see. LMT trying to break through 451 is the same thing. Here's the thing. I don't care what anybody thinks. Sam just gives you news. I don't care. I'm just telling you. If the government gives out 50 missiles, so they're probably giving out 500, don't know. This happened with Texas Instruments when I was there. They launched harm missile after harm missile after harm missile. And I'd be sitting there, and way back, this was way back. This was when I was in TI Defense, not TI Semi. 92. Jesus. Wow. Okay. I used to hear some executives say, wow, get prepared, we're getting a huge new order. And it would take 3 months or 4 months for them to get that order, and it would be hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's what's going to happen to NOC and LMT. They're going to get hundreds of millions of dollars, probably billions, in new orders. Okay? So the guide up should be nice. The guide up should be nice. Either this quarter or next quarter. Maybe it takes another quarter. Don't know. All we know is till we sell and we don't care. Okay? Microsoft earnings. If they're guide up, if they're really going to release this thing on the 12th, right, of November, I believe. Is that right? Wait a second. Did I get it wrong? I forget. The Copilot. I thought that was already supposed to be released this month. Okay, I don't know. I have to double check. If Copilot, how many have they sold to the enterprise? If they have sold any, they got to guide up. If they don't guide up, they're going to shit. They will crater it. Okay? That's what we know. That's what we know, right? Two things on the dollar. The dollar is up from 101 to 107, so that's negative 6%. But here's the thing. If you're Apple and you have $100 billion in the bank, you're getting at least 4% on that money. So that counteracts some of that. So it's not as negative as you think. Now, everybody doesn't have money. So you have to understand that, right? Okay. Lilly. I'm hearing things, Mounjaro, one thing after the other, it's starting. This weight loss, this. Kramer actually got stupid the other day. You know, I love Kramer. Look, it's information. You can like what he says or don't like what he says, but if he says one thing that you like and the market rips on it, that's good. See, that's the problem with people. They say, oh, I don't like anything he says. Really? There's things that he say are pretty good, okay? So but Kramer got silly, and I'll tell you here in a minute. But anyway, Mounjaro, this looking good. So here's the thing. First, it has to get approval for diet. It's not approved for diet. Okay, everybody takes it anyway, but it's not approved. Once it gets approved, the insurances have to create a formulary and approve it that they're going to pay for it. If they pay for it, this stock, the day that it gets approved for insurance, the day it gets approved, it's going to pop, probably 20 to 40. The day it gets approved for formulary, probably going to pop 50 to 80. Okay? So just understand that. So those are not there yet. Okay? But the Ozempic, NVO, is Novo Nordisk, is rocketing, saying huge sales and raising the prices. So that's what Lilly is going to do too. So this looks like 650 coming. Hopefully it gets there this week. Let's see. Okay? Okay, so understand that. Very, very strong. It's in an uptrend. Just like the 6 weeks of downtrend, it's now in an uptrend. Every time it goes down, it's going higher. Okay? So then you have to understand that. Okay? Interesting. So what else? So that's Lilly. Lam Research earnings. So does the chip news come before the earnings? This is very important. Because if Biden's chip news, let's say it comes out the same day is maybe it hurts the earnings. You just got to understand, okay? So just wait and see how it acts, okay? So chips, to me, very simple. If you want to buy a chip, you go buy a Vago right now. Then we see. CrowdStrike, Zscaler, and PanW, very, very strong. Okay, now the last thing, we'll get started. What did Kramer say is completely stupid? He said they're using Intuitive Surgical for some of these overweight bariatrics surgeries or whatever. Look, first of all, How many of them? ISRG is the future. The future is not Manjaro. You're still going to have surgeries. You're going to have prostate issues. You're going to have this. You're going to have this. To take down ISRG is just dumb. Now, maybe they take it down and they take it down another 100 points. Maybe. Possible. And then it goes back up when ISRG starts saying, oh, we're not seeing anything changing. Natural growth. Let me tell you something about ISRG. So there's a movie, and it's the Predator movie, before Predator. I forget the name of it. But it's one of the Predator movies, but it's the prequel. It's the prequel. I forget what it was. But in that movie, one of the persons gets infected, and they go into this machine. They go into this big machine and program up what they want to have done. It's just lasers and stuff. It automatically does the operation. That's where the world will get to. Maybe it's 20 years from now. Maybe it's 50 years from now. Maybe it's 100 years from now. But that's where it's heading. Okay? That's where it's heading. So to take down ISRG, maybe they take it down for a quarter. Maybe take it down for 2 or 3. It's possible. Then they take it back up. That's it. Very simple. ISRG is the future. And that's why it trades at such a high PE. And even when it goes down, it goes back up. Okay? No, it's not Prey. It's the one after that. I mean, Prey came out later. Okay. So very, very. No, it's not. It's Prometheus. That's what it is. Prometheus. Okay. Thanks, guys. It's Prometheus. Go watch that movie if you like Predator movies. And there's a piece in there where they go in there and do surgery with that robot, and that's the robot. It's not going to be the same, but that's basically what's going to happen for operations over 50 years. Maybe not in your lifetime. Okay? So that's what we know. Today, NOC, LMT breaking out. See if NVIDIA reverses. See if the Biden news coming. Lam Research earnings. Microsoft earnings setting up. Avago, if it runs, can go all the way to 922. And Lilly. Okay? Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. 10/16, tax day. Tax day, guys. You gotta send in your taxes if you haven't done it, your extension and all that other stuff. Okay? SPX starting to move higher. Very, very nice. NASDAQ only up about 16. It's lower. Bitcoin is running. Okay? SEC doesn't appeal that decision. Bitcoin can move. If it gets to 30,000, it may get to 36 really fast. Okay? SPX is up 13. At 13 to this, you're at 4340-ish. You had 4352, 4371, underneath 4300. Okay? Iran keeps threatening, saying if they're going to do X, Y, and Z, so these guys are threatening stuff. Here's the only thing I have to say about Iran and all these other people that just say stuff. And this is fact. Iraq came out and said stuff threatening people over and over again. And they don't understand military. All these people think that they're tough guys. Okay? And the U.S. has weapons. And maybe the U.S. gets involved, maybe they don't. No idea. And I don't have an opinion either way. But what I know is if they do, it'll be over instantaneously. Okay? That's why it's bullish. That's why it's bullish. Okay? Nobody's saying good or bad. I have no opinion. Nobody needs to get upset either way. I'm just telling you if it were to happen. Okay? So just understand that. That's trading. When you're a trader, you don't care about anything but the action. You can care after 3 o'clock. Have your opinions, post them, whatever. Have your discussions, protests, whatever you want to do either way. Okay? But trading is about trading. Okay? Avago, 891, 922. NVIDIA, needs 471. 471 to accelerate. Okay? MDB back on the screen. Why? Because Microsoft has earnings. Okay? And Lam Research has earnings. You know? And if Microsoft says cloud is good, MDB can go to 372. ISRG has earnings. 301. Adobe, very strong. 562. Caterpillar. We'll be looking for this for earnings. This got to 290. We'll like the 280s for earnings, and we can get them dirt cheap when it gets close. Goldman Sachs has earnings coming. 316, 322. Lam Research, 673. Pan W, 262, 266. Zscaler, 172, 179. See, we got in and out of Zscaler. It doesn't matter if it's a breakout, guys. Charts don't work. I keep telling you. The news, it didn't work because the news was taking the market down. Something breaks out, okay? If the news takes it down, your chart is not going to work. Nobody's going to buy. Let's say something were to break out. Let's say Netflix was. Let's say Netflix. I don't know. I don't even say Nvidia goes to 513. It's at 513 and breaks out, and then a war starts, a bad war, and somebody launches a nuke. Do you think Nvidia is going to go up still because it broke out? That's why charts don't work. Okay? You have to add news into it. Add news into whatever you do. Okay? Lilly. 631 beast. It now has a beast number. 631. Netflix. Earnings coming. It's at 355. I've been telling you 355 for 5 weeks. What is it, 400? It's got 321 written all over it, and 406 if it's good. SMCI, 316 beast now, not 300 anymore, 316. What a great play 300s and the 290s were. We told you. NOC, 503. 506. Let's see. LMT 451. NOW 572 up, 532 down. Microsoft 336 up now. 336, 341. Tesla. You know, I got a feeling Tesla gonna go test 220. Just got that feeling. Nothing great going on. I mean, think about Adam Jonas comes out and puts a 300 target. Then he puts a 400 target saying everything is great. Then he does a get-together with all these people and says, nobody's expecting anything good. More price cuts, more margin cuts, et cetera, et cetera. Upside through 272, downside through 221. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.